I think it's John Van Dyke or someone called my show. Was it Bruce called my show? Bruce called my show. I think Van Dyke hit me up in my mentions. It's about a Baltimore police officer who was set to testify against a group of police officers that were being charged with racketeering, drug dealing, all types of horrible things. Well, just before he could testify, he gets dead. Just out the blue. Possibly by the blue. Baltimore cop killed day before his testimony against police corruption. A Baltimore homicide detective was fatally shot in the head with his own gun after a struggle with his killer last week. The city's police commissioner said Wednesday Sean Suter, 43, was set to testify before a grand jury the day after he was killed. Commissioner Kevin Davis said the grand jury is looking at a corruption case involving several Baltimore police officers who were federally indicted in March. Now, Suter was an 18-year veteran of the department, was investigating a killing in West Baltimore on November 15th when he saw a man exhibiting suspicious behaviors. The officer died the next day at the hospital. In an apparent attempt to address the speculation of a connection between Suter's murder and the case he was to testify as a witness in, or informant, or on what basis, they put out this statement. Davis said the Suter and his partner were not lured to the scene of the shooting and made a spontaneous decision to investigate the suspicious man. It certainly makes for great theater, Davis said. We have a police officer who's shot and killed. We don't have a really good description of the shooter. And we don't have someone in custody. And lo and behold, I found out after the fact that he was scheduled to testify in front of a federal grand jury. I understand the speculation that exists. It's our responsibility really to follow the evidence, and there's no evidence whatsoever. There's no evidence whatsoever. This is true. But there is evidence of corruption within the Baltimore Police Department, correct? And he was going to testify against said corruption within the Baltimore Police Department, correct? Now, he's killed on the job just before making that testimony. Yeah, that's circumstantial. But where I come from, that looks shady as hell, man. It's a very sizable reward out there for the shooter. Anyone leading the information about the shooting, killing of Officer Suter. I want it to be known, I come down hard on police officers when they do the wrong thing. That's my job. But I'm going to tell you this, I come down harder on police officers who hurt police officers who do the right thing. Y'all feel me? So we need to stay on top of this case. I know that Sean King was covering it. I'll be covering it every step of the way. I don't know what else to say. I guess they're going to call me a conspiracy theorist for thinking there's a connection between these things. But I don't care what they call me. I want to find the killer of this officer. We must support officers who do the right thing. Do you see what happens when officers do the right thing? Do you see this, America? Do you see it, viewers? Periscope, Facebook, YouTube. You see this? This is why we have problems in our police departments. You're pissing off people with guns. I have not watched the clip of this Davis giving a statement. I was told it looked very suspect. The reward for information leading to the arrest and conviction of Suter's killer has grown to $215,000.